Hey guys, it's Miss Michelle. Here is our book for today, Lulu's Magic Wand. Now, it only has one name, and as you guys know, that means that the author and the illustrator was the same person, and that was Chuck Richards. The Winkledinks had planned all winter long for their family trip to Adventure Planet. The long wait was finally over. Today would be a wish come true for Lulu Winklewig. Look, Sally, it's the wizardly world of wonder, announced Junior. Let's give it a shot, Dad. Lulu spotted her favorite picture book character Priscilla, the fairy piglet, among all the games and prizes. She wanted her dad to win that plump pink pig. So the plump pink pig is right up here. Junior took aim and he hit the bullseye on his very first turn. He chose a goofy dragon hat for his trophy. But when Dad tried to win a prize for Lulu, his pitch just missed the target. Dad and Junior took 3 more turns, but Lulu had to be happy with a small prize. She chose a magic wand that looked just like Priscilla's, with a star that seemed to glow and sparkle. Lulu really wanted to ride the merry-go-round, so she and Dad got in line, and while they waited, Lulu watched the clown make balloon animals. As she imagined all the balloon critters running around wild and free, Lulu wished a wish and waved her wand. So if you guys were going to make a prediction about what's going to happen next, what do you think's going to happen next? I know, because I've read the book. All of a sudden, the balloons swirled around and around as the children scrambled to catch them. Dad thought that the balloons had simply been stirred up by a gust of wind. After they climbed aboard the carousel, Dad planted Lulu on the top of a gigantic queen bee. He jumped on a well-dressed bullfrog just as the merry-go-round began to move. As Lulu circled around and around, she wondered what it would be like to fly like a bee over Adventure Planet. She raised her hand and waved her wand again. The bee instantly took flight along with the other merry-go-round creatures. "Look at me," said Lulu. Everyone on the ground looked like tiny ants as Lulu and the bee zoomed higher and higher. Do you see her over here on the bee? And let's see, and here's her dad over here on the frog. Dad's bullfrog landed on the track of the Screamin' Dragon roller coaster just as it pulled off the ground and slithered through the park like a gigantic iron snake. "Run for cover!" shrieked Dad. The dragon blazed around the loop-de-loop and then shot straight towards him. Dad's pudgy toad sprang out of the speeding serpent's mouth, only a split second away from becoming roadkill. Do you see Dad on the toad way up here in the corner? An eerie, high-pitched whirling noise echoed through the park, and everyone looked up toward the sky. Flying saucers had arrived from the Milky Way city. The Martian star fleet circled the arquebus when the laser beams began to make her spin faster and faster until she lifted off the ground like a mothership. Back at the arcade, the wizard had turned the wizardly world of wonder upside down, searching for his real magic wand. He tried wand after wand after wand, but none of them worked. Meanwhile, Lulu sailed high above the amusement park. She felt like Priscilla, the fairy piglet. She could wish for anything that popped into her pretty pig-tailed head. So who's got the real wand and who's got the pretend wands? Without warning, the raging jungle rapids roared through the arcade. The wizard was swept away by flood waters, but managed to stay afloat by grabbing hold of a passing piglet. Suddenly, the wizard remembered a little girl who had wanted the fairy pig, but had to settle for a magic wand earlier that day. He knew how to get to the bottom of this hocus pocus. Back in the wilderness outpost, a towering Tyrannosaurus was hunting for breakfast. A posse of cowboys was trying to round up the rampaging skeleton with their lassos. "You kids find Lulu!" screamed Mom as a dinosaur was closed in on her. Sally and Junior escaped, but the bony beast cornered Mom and the buckaroos, gulping them down one by one into his rib cage. So see, when he swallows them, they just go right inside his rib cage there. That's silly, isn't it? Oscar, the park mascot, had left the entrance gate when Dad's bullfrog landed on his tasseled hat. The long-legged monkey plucked Dad off of his frog and stuffed him snugly between his lips. Then Oscar climbed to the top of the wiggly roller coaster and gleefully swung back and forth, hanging by his tail. Meanwhile, Junior and Sally raced around the corner and were nearly mowed down by the waterlogged wizard. He grabbed Junior by the collar. "Your little sister's got my wand. Just take a look around. A magic wand is no toy for a toddler." The three of them piled onto the flying cow and took off to look for Lulu. So on this page, you can see Dad is in the mouth of the monkey. And there's Lulu's brother and sister and the wizard. Flying above the chaos, Sally thought she heard a familiar voice calling for help. It was her dad, sinking slowly into Oscar's goofy grin. "Stop that monkey!" shouted Sally. Junior steered the cow to chase the mascot, but they couldn't put an end to his monkey business. Lulu heard the yelling and flew over for a closer look. You see Lulu's on the bee still. Daddy was in big trouble. Pulling on the bumblebee's reins, the fearless toddler flew to the rescue. With one wave of her magic wand, Lulu made Oscar spit Daddy out and hand him over. "Little girl," called the wizard, "wouldn't you like to trade my wand for Priscilla, the fairy piglet?" Lulu's eyes lit up. She liked that idea. But first she had something important to do. Lifting her hand high above her head, Lulu made one final wish and waved her wand over Adventure Planet. Immediately, that means right away, Oscar planted the screaming dragon back in its place, then skipped back to his perch above the park's amusement gate. The dinosaur opened his jagged mouth, and Mom and the cowboys carefully tiptoed out, one by one. All the other rides returned to normal too. The wizard made the trade and then bowed gratefully before Lulu. By the time he disappeared into the crowd, no one but Lulu remembered the day's magic. Everyone was finally ready to go home. The toddler's eyes closed before the family even crossed the parking lot. All Lulu's Winklewig's wishes had really came true. It had been a very big day for such a little girl. As the car pulled out of the parking lot, Lulu cuddled up to Priscilla and dreamed about everything she wished for tomorrow. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed the book, and just remember, Miss Michelle loves you.